Hello, everybody. Welcome back to a brand new episode of the GOWEN Racing Podcast here on the channel, episode number 11. We got myself, Gary Owen, as usual, here with you guys today, but we are joined by, as usual, of course, Jay,
Hello.
Matt,
Hello.
as well as Eddie.
Hello.
And we've got another special guest, not as special as the last one of Garrett Maines, but we do have a guest, and that is fellow Nitro driver Bryce. Say hello.
Hi, y'all.
And teammate.
And teammate, apparently, yes. Bryce, tell the podcast about yourself. Who are you? Where are you from?
My name is Bryce. I'm 28. No, I'm just kidding. I'm 19. I live in Las Vegas. Not really anything special. I'm a professional NASCAR Heat 5 league racer. I pretty much go out there win. The Nitro League was kind of below me, but I've decided to come back to give the fans what they want. So I'll be back next season. That's right. You can see me in the number 18. I'll be at the front of the pack. So just watch Gary stream. I'll be right in front of him. Yep. I'm excited.
There's one thing you forgot to add, Bryce, and that's clown.
Not me. I'm not
Nitro,
a clown.
Nitro Clown?
Hell
Maybe,
no.
maybe also qualify as troll.
No. Wrong guy. That's the other Bryce.
What?
Wait a minute.
That's the Discord Bryce.
Right.
So the funny thing is we're gonna be doing split parties again, so we're gonna have Bryce like unchained.
Oh shit.
Bryce Unchained.
That's great. Wait, so like I don't have to be in there with all those annoying weirdos?
Oh my
gosh. That's amazing. That's incredible.
He's like, only
This
the
is-
Toyota drivers.
This is my favorite podcast already, and we haven't even talked about anything.
Have you ever even been on a podcast?
I'm such a huge fan of podcasts, especially yours going. I've probably watched a good 45 seconds of one in total. But I'm very excited to be here. I'll surely watch this one. So, but yeah, I've never been on a podcast before, so this is really something new.
Iconic moment right here. I guess we'll move into what we're going to talk about today. We got some NASCAR Next Gen testing at Darlington with Tyler Reddick. Corey LaJoy hinting at a manufacturer change for RPM. And then we got Eric Jones did a podcast actually that Eddie he'll have some more info on, and then we're gonna kind of dive into some gaming stuff because there's really no NASCAR stuff this week because of an off week.
F1 or anything.
Yeah, or anything. So, but before we dive into that, Matt, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm alive.
Did anything happen like recently at all that was noteworthy?
Yeah, maybe.
Like what?
Yeah, okay, you're really funny, Bryce. All right, so I should be in Canada right now for a business trip, but it was a plane flight, and to get on a plane in America, you have to get a negative COVID test 72 hours before your flight. So I got my test Saturday. I got up Sunday morning, and look at my email getting the results, and it's just like positive. I was like, oh, that's interesting. So yeah, I'm stuck.
With how long you stretched out that story, I can
I'm
tell
gonna
you don't
steal
know what
this
to
from
talk about.
K17 real quick, but I guess you could say that you're not KarmaMJO anymore. You're COVID-MJO.
Haha.
Cringe.
But the good news is I am not feeling it. Sorry. So
My question is, what was the phone call like to your boss like? How did that go?
I told him, he was like, "Oh, I guess you're not going to Canada."
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, no, he was just like, it's just like it is what it is. But it turned out like it was definitely from work because I went in. I had to go in one day last week, and it was definitely from there because like our work team apparently we got hammered that last week. And over the weekend. There's like 5 people out or something. So and I got I get emails of like COVID cases in our workplace, and we got an email today like, yes, we have learned of 11 cases on site. I was like, oh my god.
That's more than my county gets a day.
Yeah. Well,
Anyone notice
Michigan-
that
Michigan
Matt's
is a
picture's got Godzilla's arms just flapping like every time he talks here?
What?
I have Discord Nitro, so like I can get gifs as my profile picture. So
Look at that.
So
That's
of
great.
everything in the world, you could have anything, and you chose that.
I love Godzilla.
That's like an animated though. It's
Yeah,
not even the real thing.
I know, but
God,
it's so
You're
funny.
a phony. You're a fraud.
Don't mind my
God,
mother yelling
I mean-
just now that Aaron Judge just hit a home run, 7-0 Yanks poggers.
Godzilla's great. I watched that one movie where it was in like New York City or whatever.
Isn't that every movie?
That's
I
the
don't know,
worst.
like-
That is the worst Godzilla movie.
Yeah,
of all.
Karma's like, oh, the movie's terrible. It was a good movie.
Doesn't really matter where the Godzilla movies take place. There's a ginormous monster in a small city. Doesn't matter.
Mainly China.
And he steps on everyone, and then he stomps them, and then they try to use like pistols to shoot down this 900-foot thing, and the pistols never work.
Shocker.
Like, yeah, you just
But-
hit him. Yeah, what are you gonna do?
Yeah,
now?
but yeah. Apparently, I have Corona, and not much going on. Stay at home.
Well, hopefully he
dying.
recovers well. I guess we'll move on into the actual NASCAR stuff that we do have. We worked really hard to get anything NASCAR related into this one. And today there was next gen testing at Darlington with Tyler Reddick behind the wheel. I mean, did any of you guys actually see it? Because I didn't really see anything other than a couple pictures.
A little bit.
There are some clips.
Yeah, I
didn't-
saw
I didn't
mainly the
see some.
clips.
Yeah, he was
apparently
driving
everyone's
around that track pretty fast. That's all I
apparently
heard.
everyone's making fun of the camber because that's sticking out like a sore thumb.
Yeah, the rear camber is like
Oh my god,
looking like Martinsville over here.
hella thick.
Yeah, but ultimately, nobody's ever going to be satisfied. The looks, the way it runs, no one's ever going to be satisfied. So there's always going to
Yeah,
be an
there's
issue.
always going to be someone that complains.
Yeah, it was just more unexpected.
Well, I think the camber thing, honestly, was probably just them testing to see A, how far it could go and be able to run, and B, just to see what kind of wear it did with the tires. I don't think we'll ever see the camber be like that in an actual race. Besides,
It is
maybe
funny looking.
like Martinsville.
It is funny.
Yeah, it
looking.
was funny looking. It was Stance Nation. That was
Yep.
that was
But
the
you
best
know,
way to describe it.
but you know that picture with the camber, you can actually finally see those weird things on the splitter that are sticking up outwards. I'll post it in the Discord real quick.
I really don't know what the point of those are, and I don't know why.
They've been
They're
on every
there.
test. They've been there every test, so I'd imagine they're gonna be an actual feature.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
did
it looks
see.
like they don't look like they're going to be able to like hit tires or anything. So I guess I mean, obviously NASCAR probably thought about that and tested that to make sure. But
And thank God that splitter is raised up in the middle.
Yeah, that's cool.
yeah,
I saw Reddick said, obviously this is just a prototype car, so it's not the perfect idea, but he said it was harder to drive than the, Xfinity cars and the current Cup car, which I thought was interesting.
Well, I feel like this current Cup car is the easiest car to drive in possibly all of NASCAR ever. So I think that saying that it's harder to drive than the current Cup car is definitely an improvement. And I'm glad that it is, because if it wasn't, I think that would be a step in the wrong direction. And also, the Xfinity cars, I feel like the Cup cars should be harder to drive, because the higher the level, I feel the cars should be harder to drive. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
yeah, fully agree.
100%.
I did see like one video. Someone actually mentioned that it sounded like you downshifted into turns one. Which is I didn't get a good.
I mean, it's
look at
highly
it, but-
possible with the fifth gear. Actually, I don't know if he
Six
was testing
gears.
fifth gear in that or not.
Yeah.
Well, to be
Was it
fair,
six? I thought it was five.
Tyler
No,
Reddick
there's
has like,
six.
never won a race, so Tyler
Okay.
Reddick's not very good. So
Oh,
maybe
God.
he's just
Dear
slow.
God.
You'd be prepared, listeners, for Bryce's controversial opinions.
I'm just saying, if you can't win a race, get off the track.
Oh Jesus!
Um,
But nothing really came.
I do know one thing we
from-
can mention.
Hmm.
NASCAR testing rain tires or wet tires at
Apparently,
Martinsville.
it was a success.
It was a
Apparently.
success, but it was weird at the same time.
Yeah.
I
Uh,
didn't see anything about it after, like, other than the fact that they are doing
all they
it.
sprayed was the straightaways. They didn't spray the turns. All they sprayed was the straightaways. which was very
They only
odd.
spray. I actually didn't know that. That's
What?
weird.
Yeah.
That's literally
You
pointless.
need to
When
test
you
the corners.
when you
What's
look
the point?
look back at the video, they had like a GoPro attached to the trucks that were spraying the water down, right? And they only had them going on like on the straightaways and stuff. Like they would
That's
do
just
the
offensive.
turns,
That's
but it
odd.
wasn't as much as they did the straightaways. Like you could see how wet the straightaways were, but when you saw
Well, I
Larson's
mean-
camera going into the turn, the corners looked dry.
Corners are also concrete, so they can look. a
Yeah, they're
little different.
concrete, which is harder to tell. And I mean, them spraying it less in the corner kind of makes sense. A, because the truck is going slower through the corner, and B, you don't want to have a whole bunch of water pulled up at the bottom of the corner where they're trying to run. So, I guess as long as they had some water there, they
Yeah, but
probably
it's
got the type of
like-
testing they wanted. But that's still a little odd.
I don't think what they did was the
I'm
right
no,
strategy.
I'm
because
watching the clip. It is definitely wet in the turn. That
Okay,
is
it
definitely
was
wet
just weird
concrete.
then. It just looked weird from my perspective then. But like
Because there's no point in running that test if you're not
no,
if you don't
but
have
like
the corners wet.
if it's gonna rain, like and we all know how much rain. Like we saw how it was at the Roval, right?
All
Like,
right, so
basically
what
the
I
water would roll down basically from the track, but it would
Well,
just
no,
make a
they-
giant puddle.
from what I
They
understand,
already said that they wouldn't race in A, with it actually raining, and B, they would basically dry the track for the most part and then just let the drivers finish it off. So they wouldn't even race in that wet conditions on the track.
yeah.
It would only be damp conditions, like barely damp conditions.
I mean, what I have to say later kind of involves it too. From what I heard from the podcast with Dale Jarrett, and Steve Letarte, that was interesting.
I think it'd be a really interesting element if we ended up having like a Martinsville or a Richmond where it was not soaking wet, but it was damp, so we could still race with those tires, and then it would create a whole new strategy element of at least hoping they do not put a caution out anyways. Say when it's like around the time to switch over to a dry tire, so then
No,
it
I
comes
doubt
down.
they would. They would let
I mean,
the
they do it
teams
at a
make the
road
decision for
course.
that.
I
No,
disagree.
they do it for when it's getting wet, not for when it's going back to dry.
Well, I'm still, they should
They
still
let
shouldn't be a
teams make
I
caution
think
at a
I
road
think
course
they would have
either.
a
But
rule in place for that if it was on an oval, especially. That they would
I
have
still,
it. I don't
I still
know.
100%
It's
think they
NASCAR.
should
Don't.
keep the cautions at road courses.
I
Sorry,
agree
Bryce.
with you, Jay, but I just don't think they would.
but it'd create a whole new strategy element, but like the thing is, like most of the times it rains. A lot of these tracks, like I feel like it's just going to soak them anyways, and it's going to
Yeah.
not happen very often. So
Well, no, no, it certainly won't. I mean, there's there's the couple times like I don't think it really ever happens anywhere except for maybe Daytona, where you get the couple of quick seconds shower in like a certain part of the track. And NASCAR probably would never use them for that. I mean, obviously they would never use them off of a short track, but
I mean,
they also blatantly said it would only be used after the track has been mostly dry. They wouldn't do it while it's raining or when the track is really wet. They specifically said that they would only do it after it's been mostly dried, and then that way they could just get the cars back on the track a little bit sooner and speed up the drying process.
And
So we still won't see any true wet track racing. It'll only be slightly
mean,
damp.
And apparently they're only looking to do this at 4 tracks, which is Loudon, Martinsville, Richmond, and Phoenix.
Yeah, just the flat short track, which Richmond's not really flat, but it doesn't have that much banking either.
I just think it would be kind of weird for a fan's perspective. Like, you're really just gonna sit out in the rain the whole time and watch them drive around.
No, you won't be. They won't be running it while it's raining.
I don't know. I just feel like that's what they're trying to do, to be honest. Just
I mean, maybe in the future, but not right now. If it happens, if they use the tires this year, it will not be while it's raining.
I don't think they're gonna use the tires this year. Because I think if they were to try it this year, they would have done way more testing than what they just did.
No,
No,
the testing was for this year. They
Yeah,
said they
no,
could have
they-
it available at Richmond, which they won't. Bob Parker said they won't have it this weekend or at Richmond, but they're still going to do a future testing, I think, for the other races this year.
I don't know. I don't like. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about it. It's just weird.
Yeah.
what else do we got? Corey LaJoy.
Corey LaJoy leaking something? Possibly? Randomly?
Do you have the exact tweet again? That is Karma. What he
Yeah,
said?
so, So the podcast door bumper clear of this was almost probably honestly a month ago. They talked about 23XI getting a second car next year, and then a smaller Toyota team joining. I mean, a smaller Chevy team joining Toyota next year. And Corey LaJoy randomly tweeted, last night, because someone asked, "Was it Spire that's going to change to Toyota?" And Corey LaJoy is like, "That's the 43 they're talking about."
I mean,
Huh.
Rip.
switching the focus real quick over to another team. Oh, Bryce has to leave, everybody.
I'm
That's-
sorry, y'all. The guest, I'm too famous. I'm sorry. I could only give y'all 15 to 20 minutes of my time, but it was
That's-
fun having me. I know. Don't care to watch the rest of the video. I'm leaving now. Bye, guys.
Have a good night. Thanks for
Bye-bye.
coming
See
in.
ya. Oh, he's gone.
He checked
He's
out
out
real
already.
quick.
Yeah, he checked out.
That's
Back to your
unfortunate.
regular scheduled programming.
But Corey LaJoy, yeah, I mean, just kind of dropping a bombshell real quick. He's like, "Don't mind me." But
I would tend to believe Corey LaJoy more than most people, just because he's actually a driver and he's kind of in the know.
and I mean, in my opinion, I mean, it seems like a realistic thing. So
And like, you can have your thoughts about Door Bumper Clear, but they are definitely in the know.
well, that's the
Yeah,
thing is like
they most of the time are right.
when I used to
Yeah.
listen to them back in the day, they were pretty much right on everything.
Yeah.
So
No, Bryce definitely wasn't. Yeah. So a lot of when it first came out, a lot of people assumed Doherty racing, but Richard Petty would. If it was RPM, I think a lot of RPM fans would blow a gasket. Ermy Gerd, Richard Petty driving a Toyota.
Yeah, it makes sense because they want as many alliances as they possibly can. But it's like
I mean,
don't know
and
why
it
they
also
would do
makes sense
Chevy.
because they're struggling for funding, and Toyota, out of all three manufacturers, pumps the absolute most money into their NASCAR teams by a long shot.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't surprise me.
Also, it would be quite comical. We fired Eric to get the Eric.
I wouldn't
Big
say
brain.
that was a Toyota decision. That was definitely a JGR decision. We know how he is with his drivers.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe, but
Big
Well,
brain.
what else
Joe
could-
Gibbs is ruthless when it comes to anybody except for Denny Hamlin.
like it's like Red Bull of
Yeah.
NASCAR.
Yeah. I mean, that also asks the question: is would Eric even want to stay at that point? But we would see. But it would be very weird seeing a 43 being a Toyota now, wouldn't it?
I mean, they've done Ford, they've done Dodge, they've done Chevy. The only one they're
Yeah.
missing is Toyota. Might as well just
Yeah,
go
RP
for
Richard
four.
Petty has been all
Yeah,
throughout the entirety of that team existing. They've been pretty much every single manufacturer that's had sport,
Yeah.
from Pontiac to Ford to Dodge to Chevy. The only one they really haven't been is Toyota.
Yeah. It would just be really weird, wouldn't it? Just like it would seem weird, but it would be also weird Eric going back to Toyota again.
We'll have to wait
Yeah.
and
I think
see.
it would be good for the team. I don't know if Eric
I think-
would want to be there for it, but I think it would be good for RPM overall.
Yeah, and people I saw some stuff on Reddit what people think might happen, and so this stuff was quite funny. They're like, "What do you think silly season's gonna be in?" I was like, "Jesus, people."
So
I just
speaking
want to see one new manufacturer enter the sport, whether it's
Mercedes
next year or the year
Mercedes.
after with the new engines.
Let's do
McLaren.
Mercedes.
Oh, I really hope. Whether and I mean like
I think
maybe
Honda
two,
is
we get Dodge
believable.
returning and one other manufacturer, but I don't think we'll see Dodge return. As much as I want them to, I don't think they have any interest in doing it.
I think Honda would be cool and believable.
Honda would be cool. Honda, Mercedes, BMW, anything like that would be pretty cool.
Anything would be cool at this point.
Yes.
No, honestly, yeah.
But
And there was that rumor of what was it, Volkswagen sending somebody from one of their companies to just talk about potential joining the sport. Which I mean, I personally, I think somebody like what was it? They said Porsche or BMW or one of those other ones, whatever it was. They would look at joining. I think that would be really cool to have like Porsche or BMW.
So we were talking about Eric Jones. Eddie, you were mentioning it earlier. I guess he was on some podcast.
He was on the NBC.
The Motormouth podcast with Letarte, Dale Jarrett, Kyle Petty. And they had a couple questions for Eric, which I don't blame him. But first up, before we did that, before they had Eric, Letarte asked, like, they had a couple of fans calling and asking questions, and they asked Dale Jarrett what his thoughts were on the dirt race. Well, not only Dale Jarrett, but Kyle Petty also made his opinion. But they asked him what their opinions were on the dirt race. Dale Jarrett said it was okay, but he doesn't think the cars were like a giant success, but it was okay. And excuse me, Kyle Petty said, basically, what are we doing this for? He didn't understand it. But because it doesn't carry over to anything else that we do this whole season. And plus also the fact that we're going to be going there next season with a new car, fresh from scratch. So like nobody knows how that's going to be. Then the big thing came up with Eric about two things. One, the main thing that they asked him, what was his thoughts on the whole thing with practice coming back for Daytona and Bristol Dirt. And he said, in quote, that he didn't understand why they couldn't do it for the whole season. Because it really is not the greatest thing for the drivers because they feel like they don't have a whole race weekend because they basically show up that one day and then that's it. They don't like that part at all. And Eric apparently said that not only him, but a bunch of other drivers in the garage feel the same exact way of why there's no practice and no qualifying, that they need to have it back. And that
That's no surprise.
kind of dampering the whole thing. And then the second thing they asked Eric was his thoughts were on the water testing at Martinsville. And he said that will kill any and all viewership, he thinks, in his opinion, because not only does he think that the cars will run terribly, but everything, the whole race will be run terribly. He thinks that
he
basically
said that
if he
about
ran
what?
about the water testing. He
Okay.
thinks
And
literally
who said that?
Eric Jones.
Oh, Eric Jones is an idiot.
But he says basically, so what we're gonna do on the straightaways, run the very, very bottom of the racetrack where there's no grip, because when it rains, you can't run the normal line because of all the oil and all the grip and all from all the tires laying down. You have to run in a completely opposite line. So basically, you're saying on the straightaways, you gotta run the very bottom of the wall, and then when you're in the turns, you gotta run the very top, basically, not even close to where the bottom is. But he was basically making the main point to where he doesn't like the fact that they don't have practice. That was the main thing that got everyone like, okay, this needs to be addressed more.
No, I actually get the rain tire thing, because like in rain tires you need to keep the tires cool, and the only way to keep it cool is running water. And then down the straightaways, because the normal line is on the outside wall, and then on the inside wall is where all the water is going to be. That is going to be weird.
But then the whole practice thing was the main, like, poke of the stick. Everybody can't stand just going one day, and that's it. Everyone wants practice back or qualifying back. It is
Except
frustrating in
Robert.
my opinion, because it's literally what I grew up watching. Like watching that whole from like Thursday to Sunday with the practices and then the qualifying and then you got the race on Sunday. It's like I miss it terribly. I do. I really do. I don't care. Like Kyle Busch was the best at that because either him or Harvick, like they would be good in practice or whatever, and then they freaking dominate the shit out of Sunday. I don't care. I want to see a whole practice ran. And I want to see a qualifying session. That's what I want. Basically, that's what everybody wants.
See, I'm in the minority where
Yeah,
I'm like, I stopped giving a crap about practice and qualifying, where I had absolutely no interest in it. So, like over the last year, I've been perfectly fine with no practice and qualifying.
But you gotta think, like, Gary, so like say you're sitting at home all day, right? You don't have work, you're off for the whole day. Like you're not as big of a sports person as I am, right? Like you watch hockey, like whatever else you watch and whatnot. But like you're sitting at home, you don't have work, you got nothing to do for the whole day. What are you gonna do? Scroll
Play
through channels
games.
and hope you find something or play a video game? Basically, I wanna have something to watch that's racing involved. Like I get we have ARCA, we have trucks, we have Xfinity, we have Cup, but I wanna see practice sessions. I wanna see like just anything. I just wanna see cars on track.
well,
Just show
I
me that
think
on like a Thursday,
there's
Friday, or Saturday. Just something. I don't want to
I
wait
think
till
there
the weekend for Saturday and Sunday to just see them on track and literally racing. You have no idea what the hell's going to go on. Sorry for interrupting, Jay, but I just had to get that off.
No, that's fine. I think there's one pretty obvious thing here that this is not going to continue. It's only because of COVID and all that, and NASCAR is really trying to be careful about the exposure that they have. I understand some of their rules are kind of dumb, like the one where family members and stuff can't come into the track or like be in contact with the drivers, but yet as soon as the driver steps out of the gates of the track, they're allowed to be with around whoever they want to be with. It's kind of dumb, kind of pointless.
Yeah.
But NASCAR they did this to just be really precautious, and I also understand that F1, is doing their full weekend, but I mean, F1 is F1, NASCAR is NASCAR. NASCAR is doing what they think is the safest thing to do, and I mean, when F1, while they are traveling around the world, they're also A, being a lot more isolated, I think, than NASCAR is, and B, NASCAR's located in America where coronavirus is is pretty much the worst, not the worst in the world, but hey, way up there, and ran rampant here and all that kind of stuff. So you can see why NASCAR would want to be really cautious about it. And once again, this season they feel like that they can do okay without practice and qualifying. But I think that 100% that will definitely come back next year. A, because they're going to need it with a new car. B, Fox wants it back and NBC wants it back because it brings in a lot of viewership and a lot of money. NASCAR is going to want that money from Fox and NBC when they go to renew their contract. And also drivers are just also screaming for it to be back. So it won't stay that way. While it kind of sucks for this season and it sucked for last season, it won't stay this way. We'll get them back.
I agree.
Yeah. I mean, I would like. I think most, like, I usually wouldn't watch practice, but you bet your ass I watched Bristol Dirt practice.
We
But
all did.
I did watch
Yeah.
that. I did watch that.
but
Yeah, exactly too.
but I
Like
feel
most people don't watch a lot of practice unless it's really interesting, and when it is interesting,
Yeah.
it brings in a hefty amount of viewership. So basically, you take, let's say, half or a quarter of the viewership the NASCAR gets for the main race on Sunday, and you apply that to qualifying and 3 practice sessions. That is the race on Sunday, the full race twice over that weekend. If you add all that up, if it's a quarter of it and you have 4 other sessions including the race, so let's say 2 million people watched the race, and then 2 million in total watched qualifying 3 practices in the qualifying session. That's huge. That is double the numbers for Fox and NASCAR.
Mhm.
So they're gonna want that back.
Yeah. I agree.
I mean,
I'm
personally,
pretty sure Gary got lost there. I could hear it by the way in his voice, but
I mean, we don't need 4 hours of practice again. I think. I
But
think
like, give it an hour wouldn't hurt.
Yeah, an hour, and then I think everyone. I want qualifying back. I probably won't watch qualifying very often. I just want qualifying back just to have it back, just because I hate like this. It's not random draw anymore. It's a better system, but like,
Basically, wherever you finish, you're basically gonna start the same place.
yeah. So like the big thing was with me last season when they were just doing like it was basically just based off points, right? And like,
yeah, that was terrible.
it was terrible because literally Eric Almirola had RNGesus.
Yeah.
RNGesus.
Jesus.
He did. He started top 5 or like the pole for like 10 straight weeks.
And actually, he led some laps too with that clean air, and then once he lost the lead, he just flopped.
Yeah. It was so frustrating because it's just like, it was just like, we know he's not that good.
No, and that's what they were also talking on Motormouth. Like, do we think that this is the last time we're gonna be seeing Eric Almirola behind like a really good ride? And they were all saying they think so, but they said they can't throw the blame too much on Harvick and Almirola. They think that Stewart Haas is really like trying to implement more on the younger like drivers like Briscoe and Custer to try to get them
Where's
pushing
that getting
instead
them?
of pushing Harvick. Absolutely nowhere. But like, I mean, if they're gonna do that, then basically they might as well just tank the season.
I think they kind of already are.
Briscoe's not making the playoffs.
They probably had that mindset coming into this year.
Custer's not making the playoffs unless he gets a lucky win again. And what's the Almirola? He's not going to point his way in at this point, I don't think. Harvick's literally all they have.
Does
Yeah.
Almirola get a ride? You think if he loses his ride this year?
I do.
Yeah.
I think he can get a midfield
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
But
He's
just
got the
where,
money.
though?
He's got the sponsorship money.
I know, but just where though?
He's got enough sponsorship to open up anything.
Whoever, it would be like, I bet it would be one of those like ride swaps.
He takes over Eric Jones's car.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. It's like Eric goes to SHR and then Eric Almirola goes back to RPM.
Career mode.
Career mode. But yeah, that's one thing people don't. I'm surprised because like everything in free agency, people don't actually realize technically Eric Jones is a free agent because his
And Daniel
contract.
Suarez too.
I don't know.
I don't even know about Suarez.
I don't know. But with how Suarez is going, I mean, the big thing of Suarez is that Trackhouse needs to get a charter because they only have it for this year.
Yeah, but I think will have enough funding to get it at the end of this year. The way they're performing, to be honest.
Can you believe that Rick Ware's got a charter and
they have Rick Ware has 4 charters
and Trackhouse doesn't?
Well,
won't I should say?
Yeah. Okay. You want to know something? I learned. So there's a charter rule. It's like if you finish like dead like bottom of the barrel,
you lose your charter.
Like yeah, but you want to know how Rick Ware is getting away with it?
They're leasing their charter out.
They lease the worst charter. They swap charters on their own cars, and then they lease the worst one to another team so it will finish better. And then they take it back. It's ridiculous.
Big brain.
The charter system is broken, and that's when we had that conversation several weeks back. There, Steve Phelps was talking about they're gonna redo that system so that way it can't be gamed the way it is right now. Which is the charter system already guaranteed for next year? Is it already is everything already set in for next season?
No, because you got to think because the rumor is that 23XI is going to want a second car. The easy.
Well, no, okay. I meant like, have the charters already been like sold and everything for next season? Is it already?
No.
Okay, because I'm just curious if it's going to take place, like if Steve Phelps is going to have it redone for next season, or if we're gonna have to wait for like 2023 or beyond.
I don't know exactly how that works, but like
yeah, I don't know how the new system's gonna work either. I don't know when they're gonna do it.
But like I'd imagine if like 23XI goes for a second charter, they would just straight up try to buy one outright and be like, "This is ours."
I just thought about something low key.
Mm.
What about Ryan Preece?
He's in a awkward
situation. It's not a JTG charter either.
They don't have a charter.
Yeah, no. They have to get in the show every week.
Yeah, but it's like, what happens with Ryan Preece at the end of the season?
I thought he was lucky to be back in the first place this season. So
I think he gets an Xfinity ride next season, low key.
I think you look at guys like him shouldn't have taken the Cup ride he got. Would have been better, honestly. Just
that's an interesting conversation to have.
Well, at first he took over the ride for AJ Allmendinger, and then he got switched out because they did the whole thing with Chris Buescher and Stenhouse.
Yeah.
But it's like, if I were him, I would pull a John Hunter Nemechek and either try to get a truck ride or try to get Xfinity ride and do like maybe a season or two down there, win some races, and then maybe you get an offer after that. And I would not be surprised if, and I'm going to go along just because I think this can happen, basically like how Gary did in his My Career videos. I think that Riley Preece can get a drive with Ford somehow.
Who?
Ryan Preece.
Ryan. Oh, yeah, you said Riley. I was like, wait a minute.
I was like, crap. But no, because I know Ryan Preece has a good relationship with Kevin Harvick because him and Kevin Harvick were doing like wheeling modifieds at one point in Martinsville like a couple years back, so they have a decent relationship. So I wouldn't be surprised if Harvick gives a little input to Tony about him. Because I think Raleigh Herbst is the biggest bust in NASCAR right now. I think that guy does not deserve a single thing of freaking.
All right. Here's the thing: is it a bust if he was never good in the first place?
Well, no, they hyped him up in the Arkham Menard series for some reason, but I mean, didn't live up to shit. I don't even think he had a truck ride.
No, he went straight to Xfinity.
Yeah, so they rushed him, thinking he would do something. He didn't do shit.
But I mean, that's the interesting with Ford in general, because we already, besides Cindric, they have no development drivers ready or even close. Deegan's not even close to ready.
And I think she'll probably have like another year or two in trucks and then go to Xfinity.
Yeah, so she's not even on the radar. And then
she has her moments this year, but it's like it's not ready yet.
And then Hertz.
That's the thing. Really, no program has a bunch of development drivers. There's like 3 in total in the Xfinity Series right now.
I'm trying to
That's
think.
that's pretty much it.
Harrison, Gregson are the 2 that really come to mind.
Harrison, Gregson, and Cindric are the only 3, pretty much, that are like can be considered true development drivers that Toyota's putting all their money into, or not Toyota, the manufacturers are putting their money into. And then you think about the rest of the Xfinity Series and Truck Series, and there's really none up and coming drivers besides those 3 in the Xfinity
It's almost
Series.
like this giant wave of drivers has ended. Finally,
Sam Mayer's getting a couple debuts with JRM this year. I just don't know when.
We had a huge influx of drivers in the last 4 or 5 years, and now it just seems like we've hit a low where there's no more coming in. Which, I mean, honestly,
It's a
at
good
least
thing.
for a year or two, it's kind of a good thing because we're running out of spots in the Cup Series.
We're already low on spots.
Yeah,
like,
there pretty much already is no spots left.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's tight. We got Sam Mayer and Ty
because like
Gibbs.
the weird, like I'm gonna say, we talked about it before. It's like, where does Gregson go? He literally goes.
I think
Yeah, we
his
pretty much
only
already
option, I'm gonna say it right now, replaces Kurt Busch.
But
Well, there's
he's
a
not,
couple
but here's the
options.
thing.
He
He's
could go
not
to
a
the
chip
37
driver.
if he's desperate enough.
He's
No.
got the
He could
Chevy.
replace
He's
Kurt.
got the Chevy Alliance. They send him over there. He doesn't have to go to Hendrick.
What if Chip Ganassi just says, "I don't want Noah Gregson"?
Then he waits.
Exactly.
I kind of doubt it. I really honestly doubt Chip Ganassi would say no to Noah Gragson.
I agree with Jay on that one.
I doubt that. The type of
No, I
person
know.
Chip Ganassi is, and
And
his
that's
whole
I mean,
like
that's
winners
true.
thing, he wants Noah. He would want Noah.
Well, Noah's not much of a winner now, is he?
More than Hamrick.
I mean, Chip
XD.
Ganassi says we want winners, and yet look at some of the drivers he has, and I mean across the
Ross
board,
Chastain.
you know.
What about
Yeah,
RCR
exactly.
to go back to a 3-car team?
No, I think Richard Childress is a lot like Roush. He's just kind of in the sport to be in the sport now. He doesn't really care how competitive he is. Maybe only doing it to try and give Austin a good team, but that's probably about it. I don't think Richard cares. I could be wrong, but it kind of seems like he's like Roush. He doesn't care anymore.
Well, I think Noah brings over sponsorship too, because isn't Switch a part of his whole deal?
Yeah,
Because he had it in
he
trucks and he has
Oh,
it in
yeah,
Xfinity.
Noah would have a good bit of sponsorship.
Yeah, I think Monster. I just imagine that team, 2 aggressive people like him and Ross Chastain. Oh dear God.
That sounds like a nightmare.
Well, there's the thing. Noah drives kind of like a bonehead, but at least he does it
Crash the
sparingly
car
compared
doing
to
it.
Chastain.
He doesn't
He
crash
doesn't
the car
crash the car
doing it.
doing it. And at least Noah has shown that he can win in the Xfinity Series, unlike Chastain.
Oh yeah, he has Bass Pro Shops too.
Well, Chastain's won in Xfinity. More than Gregson.
Yeah.
No.
No,
I
he doesn't.
don't think it's more.
I
Ross
think it's,
Chastain won like 2 races.
yeah,
That's-
they both have wins.
Okay, well, they're even.
Noah won 3.
No, he's won 2.
No, he's won 2. Yeah. The most he's
Bristol
won
and
in.
Bristol and Daytona.
Yeah.
So,
I thought
but like,
he
I
was
don't
winning.
even think
And-
Greg.
and
Here's the
even
thing, I don't
though-
think Gregson's ready either. That's the thing.
Well,
I don't,
and even though technically Noah only has 2 wins, he could have like 6. But
well,
he's
Jeff
just
Gordon
having-
could have had over
he's twice
100.
at
He's got
Homestead now,
93.
and
well,
he's gotten screwed twice at Homestead now in Atlanta. Oh no, not Atlanta. No, just Homestead. That's
But like, part of it is some of those Homestead races had to get the job done. Like, obviously this season he got you know what. But like last season, like he just didn't get the job done on the restart. So,
No.
but that's besides the point. But
He also
I don't
choked
think he's
Texas.
ready either.
Choked Texas away.
Now that
no, he's probably not.
He's. I don't even think Harrison's ready.
Harrison's
No,
definitely
but
not.
Harrison's got more
I think
potential
he'll
than I
be-
think he does.
Yeah, I think
Yes.
Harrison will be probably at least a decent Cup driver. But yeah, I agree. He's probably not ready yet. I think Cindric is the most ready of the 3. He's probably ready to come up next
Yeah.
season.
Well,
Where does he go? Oh, well, like
What,
21.
Cindric?
Duh.
Yeah. You know, I saw something on Reddit. I was like, man, you want to know what the one thing that might save Matty D is if Brad leaves.
Doubt it.
I doubt he
there's
leaves
a host
too.
of things. And the main one I'm looking at is that second 23XI car. I'm still just adamant.
think that
on
requires
if they
getting
open up a
top
second
10s.
car. I
Consistently.
mean, was Bubba doing that before you went there?
He had decent finishes.
So does Matty D.
But it's like that car was
Not
way
this
more
season, of
underperformed
course,
than that
but-
Wood Brothers car, though.
I don't know, dude. That car has been
That Wood
bad
Brothers
this-
car is better than RPM.
Well, you gotta think that Wood Brothers car was getting Alliance manufacturer stuff from Penske.
It's a fourth
Richard
Penske
Petty's
car.
getting Alliance
Basically
stuff too.
Yeah,
From
but from
RCR.
RCR.
Trackhouse
It's still
destroying.
Still Alliance stuff.
But it's like you're getting stuff from Penske, who was a
Uh,
powerhouse team.
Actually,
I haven't seen a single thing from that Wood Brothers team though to show that they're as good as Penske is, and like the crew chief, whoever that guy is a numbskull, and is just no. I consider that team to not be good at all. Sorry, Wood Brothers. I still love you, but you're not good.
They have 99 wins, by the way. So if DiBenedetto can pick
Oh,
up one of them, it'll be 100.
that'd probably be one. But I mean, Trackhouse and RPM have been pretty
Consistent.
equal.
Yeah,
with
they've
each
been
other.
consistently outrunning Wood Brothers this season.
Yeah, Eric mentioned on that Motorhead thing, he's like the only bad finishes they really had were like Homestead and Atlanta.
And then Daytona.
Like
they
everything
crashed.
else, everything, yeah, in Daytona. He said other than the Daytona finish, he says they think they would have been like top 15 in points.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'd be close actually. Besides, yeah.
Because right now they're 22nd.
Yeah.
I honestly think that
It-
really he's good enough to be top 15.
I think
Not
Eric's
gonna happen.
I think he.
I don't
right
think he's gonna be
before
top
the
15,
finish-
but I think Eric's gonna keep surprising people.
Where did Bubba finish in points last year? 18th, right?
24th.
19th? Oh, so freaking Eric's already. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Well, to be fair, RCR in general this year's looked a lot better than they did last year.
Yes. The interesting
Yeah.
thing is what type of RPM equipment RCR equipment is RPM and Trackhouse getting? Is it the straight up brand new RCR cars, or are they like handy down RCR cars?
Probably
Mm,
handy
I'm not
down.
sure.
Probably the handy downs.
I would assume they're handy downs
So
too.
I'm only gonna guess this based off of the money each team has. I'm gonna guess maybe RCR is getting hand-me-downs and Trackhouse brand new, just because of the funding they have from Pitbull.
Yeah, I
And
don't know.
It seems like they
I don't
certainly
know.
have more money in that team than RPM does. We know RPM is struggling for funds, so I mean, I'm just gonna say
Oh.
based off of that, but it could be wrong.
I forgot to mention too, and I think Karma, you might have seen this or might have not seen it. It was on a Reddit post. Apparently, Tide was very pleased with how Eric ran with the Tide car, Bristol Dirt.
You love to hear it.
So that might be a really good sign for Eric, for sponsorship wise.
Yeah, because they need it. Because technically, they've only had sponsorship for 3 races this year.
Yeah, and that's like a really good sign because he finished like 10th, didn't he?
9th.
Pretty sure 9th. Yeah, so it was a good finish.
It's really dumbfounding to me that RPM is the team that's struggling the most. Well, not the most, but one of the most for funding in NASCAR. It's like it's Richard Petty. It's a name that a lot of people know.
But he doesn't have as much as involvement as the team name kind of.
Yeah.
Gives you the idea.
Yeah, but it's still just a name. Richard Petty Motorsports is is a staple in NASCAR.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like they're a hidden team that's running bad and nobody knows about. Like it's Richard Petty Motorsports. Sponsorships have to know about that team. It's just I don't know. I don't know what's consistently keeping them from getting money. I don't know if Richard Petty is like stingy about what people he lets sponsor his cars, or if companies see something in that team that they don't like. I don't know. It's something's odd about it.
Yeah, and well, for me, I'm kind of excited for what's coming up for track wise for Eric, because I mean, Martinsville's probably gonna be a struggle bus, but Richmond, Dega, Kansas, Darlington is just Eric's best track objectively.
Living Hill.
I mean, genuinely, I think that Suarez and Eric Jones both have found their teams that they probably need to stay at, and really build the team around and get better. I think that
Here's
if
the
they
thing.
can find the money for RPM, I think they could be good.
I don't think I'm not a believer, man. I'm not a believer in that, because like you gotta think of like, man, if you're Eric Jones or Daniel Suarez, well, so probably wouldn't happen to Suarez, but like if it is, and let's say,
Well, okay, if Eric gets an offer from like Kendrick Motorsports, for example,
I'm gonna say SHR because that's the most believable one.
Yeah.
Even though SHR is struggling right now.
But
are you gonna say no? You're not gonna say no.
Well, if he winds up outperforming SHR like the majority of their
Which
cars
he is
at the end
right
of the
now.
season, or you think he's going to look at that and say, well, I mean, I wouldn't personally. If you went to Richard Petty Motorsports, a team that was already struggling when you got there, and you hoped them to get funding, and you started running better this season than you have in the last couple of years, and then you look at SHR, who is a team that started going downhill from comparatively, you're gonna, if I'm Eric, I'm probably sitting there looking like, well, I kind of have this team, rebuilding and getting better. Well, I might as well stay here at least for another year and try it. I would personally.
I don't know.
It seems like to me he's making them better, but
I mean, are you gonna say no to one of the top teams in NASCAR? I can't see why you.
Okay, so if it were SHR offering me the contract, and obviously I'm not Eric Jones, this is me talking. If they were offering me the contract and they stay on the struggling ways that they are right now, I say no 1,000%. But if it was like JGR, well, no, never mind, not JGR, because if I'm Eric Jones, I've already been treated like trash there. But if it's Hendrick, which won't happen, then I mean, yes,
No.
1,000 times yes. But
I mean, Bowman's contract is up, but it would be really weird to get rid of him.
I don't
I
see
doubt-
him leaving.
I know,
doubt
I
that
doubt it.
Hendrick
I
lineup changes.
don't expect it to change, but it's
Ally
just
is way too under his finger right now.
Yeah,
with the way
I don't think
everything's
that
going.
Hendrick lineup changes for another 10 years. Honestly, I think it's going to be like the Hendrick it was 10 years ago, where you had the same four guys.
No, I agree. Bowman's
You
gonna
know,
stay.
and never changing.
It's just something to note that he's technically a free agent this year.
Except for that 5 car. That 5 car has always been a revolving door at Hendrick.
Well, I don't think you have to worry about that.
Probably not anymore.
Jeff
Up until
Gordon.
now,
Jeff
it's always
Gordon.
been.
Jeff Gordon owns the 5 car, dude. He ain't
He's
never
gonna
gonna
own the
let
whole
him go.
thing soon too.
Yeah, he ain't gonna let him go. So
Yeah, it's about to be Jeff Gordon Motorsports in a couple years.
You think that? Actually, I wonder if they would change the name at all when
Yeah,
Jeff takes
No,
over.
I've been
I don't
always
think
thinking about
so.
that too. I don't think Jeff would do that unless Hendrick.
I think it'll be Rick's
explicitly
call.
Told him to.
Yeah.
yeah. Is there any? I guess the only like NASCAR related news that I could think of is that they're adding Turtles Dakota. Too.
They
Great.
Coda.
What
When we
about
go
it?
to, they're adding turtles.
Oh, whack.
And
The
yes,
insides of the turns and the S's.
yeah.
No
So,
different
yeah.
than turtles at other road courses.
Hey, you want
Yeah,
to know?
I don't think it's a big deal.
I have
It's fine.
I have a pretty good joke. Maybe they should use turtles at F1 tracks so Hamilton won't exceed track limits.
Keck.
Looks D.
Man, they don't even need to use turtles to tear those cars up. The regular, whatever they're called, because my mind is blanking. Curbs. There we go. The regular curbs destroy those cars. So I mean, don't even need to add turtles
Yeah.
over there.
Yeah.
Heck. I guess we move
Martinsville.
on to gaming.
Martinsville?
We'll end the podcast with Martinsville.
Okay.
And a little bit of nitro stuff as well.
Should we announce the nitro stuff now?
Actually, yeah, get that out of the way right now. That you guys go. Yeah, take over this. Go.
All right. Well, moving up the season start by 1 week instead of May 1st. It's April 24th, I think.
25th.
4th.
4th.
Yeah, I think 4th.
5th.
24th, something like that. But
30th.
well, that's the Daytona 500. But the week before that, the 17th. Thanks to Karma getting COVID. True. But next weekend we're gonna do the clash with the dirt cars at Bristol Dirt, so that should be comically funny.
Better way to start off the content. 16th.
Yeah, hey, Gary.
17th. We're gonna do the dirt race. At
Hey,
Bristol.
hey, Gary, you gonna do it? Get some
Do
good
what?
content. The clash.
Depends how I feel on the day of.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to a nitro racing video.
Yeah.
And then we also got qualifying for the 500 and the duels on what, Tuesday?
And Gary, it's gonna be qualifying is going to be
Qualifying Saturday, but
yeah,
the duels, didn't you say were Tuesday, or am I
Wednesday.
dumb for Wednesday? Okay.
Yeah, Gary ain't gonna show up to that. I know. So
The duels, yeah, no, not happening.
but I get. Don't you want to do like some hype stuff before Nitro starts, though, Gary?
It'll be the week of probably.
Still hasn't made me a banner. It's been like 3 months.
That's coming. Got a lot of work going on.
No, you don't.
Oh, you don't understand what's going on behind the scenes on the career mode stuff.
Yeah, you're
Uh,
hiring me as the driver.
whoa. Other than that, I don't really think of any. Like
Almanord hasn't lived up to expectation of
Nitro is
becoming the
gonna
driver.
be Nitro will be interesting this season, but
Ford Megalo.
I guess I'm trying. Hopefully, iRacing comes back soon. Cause
Oh, the update came out today for that. That was interesting.
yeah.
They had the
Gary. So how's that video coming along?
We have to talk about that first because
Yeah,
I
we
wanted
can
more
talk about
info.
that. Yeah.
they added the small downforce package to the Darlington setup now for
Wait,
Xfinity trucks and Cup.
oh my! I should do some test lives on that. It's Martinsville this week. Gary, you gonna do anything?
And
I haven't got any. Oh, I'm not doing it.
If it's that's all I'm doing is NIS.
I was gonna do it tomorrow, but no, I can't.
This is gonna be a crash fest. I did it once. I know it's gonna be.
It's gonna be like 20 cautions.
Yeah.
But that's
Yeah,
pretty much it for Nitro because
As
moving it
Mr.
up
Shield, as Mr.
sooner.
Shieldhouse said, basically qualify or you're dead. Basically what?
Yeah, no, I was actually watching Andrew do it a fixed race, and yeah, that's basically the top 5 didn't change really at all the entire race, and
Oh
all
yeah,
the
it's
chaos
track
is in the back.
position.
Oh yeah, and I'm personally pretty nervous because I was looking at the qualifying times, and I'm like, I can't do it. Like,
Yeah, I don't remember half the stuff. I did.
it's like really low 20s, like 20 flat or 20.1, and I can
Well, mine's gonna be
sometimes get up.
worse because my split's worse than yours, so it's like
Oh yeah, and
it's
I
probably like
can
3.
really only get a. I've done quite a bit of testing. It's like a 20.29 is the best I've gotten. So
Yeah.
my race pace is gonna be good, but I don't think your race pace matters much at Martinsville, considering what it's gonna happen.
So what gaming stuff we're
Yeah,
gonna move on to, Gary?
So E3.
Oh, I guess
announced.
E3 and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, E3's coming back. Thank God. I missed that last year.
Yay!
It's basically virtual E3.
No
Gonna be interesting.
PlayStation/Sony participation.
Oh, yep, none of
It's
that.
weird to see
Xbox.
Activision not doing anything, or EA.
Sony, EA, Activision, Square Enix, and Bandai Namco are not attending.
So is
But
Bethesda
Xbox,
there?
Nintendo, Ubisoft, Take-Two, Warner Brothers,
Xbox
and
is
many more.
Bethesda.
Xbox
So
and
Bethesda's gonna be there.
Bethesda? Okay.
Yep. But the big one everyone's looking at is basically what is
Take-Two,
Take-Two gonna
yeah,
do because they're the parent company of Rockstar. So GTA 5 DLC, poggers.
I
Pretty
think
much.
Like I said before the podcast, they're gonna announce GTA 5 2.
I think it'll be a new game, but I don't think it's gonna be GTA.
I
And
know
like
they
everyone's gonna
they're
be
like
so
naming
disappointed.
everything.
Honestly, it might be Bully. It might be the new Bully game being announced.
That one's been rumored for a long time.
Yeah, everything's been pointing to Bully coming out before the new GTA.
Yeah, it was Red
They were
Dead
doing a bunch of
and then
guesses.
Bully, and then Red Dead came out first. I think
Even
Bully's gonna
Mafia.
happen. Mafia,
They do the
I don't think
Mafia,
that'd be a
like
good
Noir,
business move.
They haven't done Max Payne again in a minute. The last one they did was like years ago. Max Payne 3, that was good.
Still, they're still making way too much money on GTA 5 to just give that up.
GTA 5 is a good game. It's not like it's gonna die soon.
I don't
Plus,
really
with
care
the
for
roleplay
it, but
stuff, it's keeping it alive.
yeah.
Honestly, Rockstar has and Take-Two has no care about that roleplay stuff. That stuff doesn't bring them revenue.
That is true.
What is Bully? It is basically GTA, but you're like at a
School
school.
edition.
But yeah, you're at a school where you bully and beat people up.
Yep,
Yeah,
it's
basically
GTA,
school
but you're
edition.
at school.
I'm most interested, like from personally, like what Bethesda is going to be showing off. Because I've heard rumors about Starfield potentially finally getting its actual reveal, as well as maybe Elder Scrolls. I don't have any interest in Elder Scrolls, though, but
maybe a certain company will bring out a giant apology. For,
yeah, is CD Projekt Red going to be there?
Probably
Probably.
saying now that they'll be too embarrassed
They're
Oh,
Oh
probably
yeah,
get
they'll get booed
like,
out the damn arena.
well, it's gonna be
Or wherever
virtual.
the virtual
booed,
thing is.
Yeah.
they'll get booed out
The
of
chat.
a virtual arena.
The chat.
They'll get booed out of a virtual call.
So, hey, Gary, wasn't it supposed to be the best game ever?
Still a top 3 for me.
Yikes.
That's just you though.
It depends what you play. If you play it on console, I mean, you can't really judge it as good.
Yeah, we can because it was intended.
I
for
should let
last-
me reword. If you play it what it's like truly intended to be at its best on, you get an idea of what it was supposed to be, and it's still not as great as what we thought it was going to be.
Yeah,
It's
and
like-
it was
it's
also
like I
intended to
told
be that
you
way on
month-
console, and it wasn't, and that's a massive failure.
It's almost like I told you that was gonna happen.
Well, I mean, the thing for me is like I still enjoyed my time on it, so I haven't had a bad side to it.
Yeah.
The thing is they so many stuff's been leaked about this game already, like the future of it that seems very creditable. And they're going to be doing a lot of like free DLCs and stuff, and bringing a lot of new stuff to the game that should have already been there. So that's already a good sign. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see where it goes. I don't really know.
My opinion is the damage is already done.
You see the Game
I don't
Pass
think the
roster
game
coming out?
is truly as bad as everybody wants to scream that it is. It was just way
Overhyped.
massively overhyped.
Oh yeah, the trailer.
It's like
And
I-
it
no
made
justice.
everybody
I
just
told you.
dumbass
said it.
disappointed.
I told
me,
you guys that.
If you when it comes to not talking about the bugs, if you call Cyberpunk a bad game based off of anything other than the bugs, I don't know what's gonna please you in gaming, because the storyline is incredible, the choices are great, everything's really good about the gameplay aspect, other than the police system and maybe some AI driving, but that's really it.
To me,
I've never played the game, so I can't give an actual like really good opinion on it. But just from what I've seen in videos and stuff, at least for the way I liked, or like the type of games that I like and stuff like that, it just seems like it has no content and would just be really boring to play.
It gives
seems
if you're an RPG gamer, you know that's there for the storyline and the quests and the choices and stuff, you get exactly what you want out of it. If you're there for more of an action shooting type thing that they kind of portrayed it to be a little bit, you're not going to get what you want.
I still don't like games like that much. It's just, I don't know. It just seemed like it was a bunch of running around and doing nothing and doing kind of pointless stuff. I mean, I'm sure it's not. That's just kind of what it seemed like. It kind of seemed to be like a more story-driven Borderlands. And to me, Borderlands is Karma. You're gonna absolutely rip me a new asshole for saying this. Borderlands is the most boring game in the world to me ever.
Oh dear God.
I'm still like if I compare Cyberpunk to my all-time favorite of Fallout 4, it's a disappointment. There's things that Fallout 4, which is 5 years older, did so much better than Cyberpunk.
Why? Wait, Jay, why is it boring?
So I haven't played any of the new ones besides the first one, and
Well, there's your problem.
Oh no.
So, but the problem is, though, is the first one ruined the whole franchise for me that much. So that's why I haven't played any of the other ones, because the first one was just terrible. It was just running around doing nothing and just shooting things, and it was like, what the heck is the point of this?
Okay. So let me. I can go through like a quick. Borderlands 1. I'm going to quick, and Jay's gonna 100% agree to me. It is go from point A to point B, kill X dude a lot of times.
It was terrible.
Yeah,
The game was literally made more for the fact to do a character building and just like the gun engine. Like
that's kind of what Cyberpunk seems like to me. I don't think it's probably not, but just based off of what I've seen, that's what it looks like, and it looks incredibly boring.
But Borderlands 2, pre-sequel, and 3 are completely different games. If you're going by that, like Borderlands 2 story is really good, like really good. Borderlands 3 story is
pretty interesting.
I'll drop some question marks, but the gameplay of Borderlands 3 is
good.
top notch. Top notch.
I didn't
Speaking of
play much
Borderlands
it, but
3,
it's good.
New DLC comes out Thursday. Go
Yeah, we don't really care. MLB comes out in 2 weeks
XD.
or less than a week.
Nah, like, well, I played Borderlands 3 so much, like I haven't, because I've literally done everything.
But the best thing about everything is that you can get MLB for free if you just have Xbox Game Pass.
Yeah, yeah. I guess I'm gonna play
They,
MLB.
they
Just
Hashtag
so,
announced the
ad
Game
question mark?
Pass list for this month, and it's freaking insane.
but
You can get GTA 5 and MLB on Game Pass.
I'm
the
a
coming
pass.
weeks.
Actually, I want to play MLB.
I'm curious because I've always
I don't
heard
like
some
baseball. I
great-
think baseball is the most boring sport on the planet. But
They
like,
added
I'm down to play.
NHL, GTA 5, and MLB when it comes out to
we
Game
haven't
Pass.
played NHL in a hot minute.
No, we have not.
We do. It'll be on my second channel.
But who else is gonna be there? Xbox. It is kind of surprising Sony won't be there.
Ubisoft, are they gonna announce? They can't do Assassin's
Part of
Creed, I don't think,
PlayStation.
this year. What is
It's gonna be interesting
Ubisoft
because
gonna have?
they mainly do a lot of PlayStation stuff, but Ubisoft, my guess.
It's not gonna be Watch
already-
Dogs. It's not gonna be
No, they already
Assassin's
did
Creed.
Assassin's Creed. They already did a
Yeah.
Watch Dogs.
Well, Ubisoft is pretty much down to doing like an Assassin's Creed every year.
I don't
now,
think
so-
it's gonna happen this time around.
Yeah, I don't think so.
It seems too soon after the last one's still going strong. They might just
Could
go and
be-
announce a new the
I
Crew,
just remembered Rainbow Six Siege. Rainbow Six
Oh,
Siege.
the Crew 3.
And they
was-
also have done Far Cry, so it might be Far Cry teaser.
Yeah,
What,
that's true. It
were
could
they
be
even
Far
doing
Cry.
it? Will they ever do another Rainbow Six?
I doubt it. Probably update or something. They'll probably
Yeah.
throw out a new character or something. But I think mainly it's gonna be Far Cry because the new Far Cry is supposed to be teasered soon. Because I think they announced that that's coming out like late September, October-ish.
Combat
Oh,
in
yeah.
chat said Rainbow 7.
And then they announced that they're adding like a zombies mode to Rainbow Six too.
Get that Call of Duty. That's Call of Duty's game. All right.
Could be Division also.
Division 3.
Just Dance. They've done The Crew. I wish they would bring back Splinter Cell.
Maybe we'll
Oh,
actually
yeah.
see a good. Maybe Xbox will actually show a decent version of Halo Infinite XD.
Hey man, I in before Xbox announces the Halo Battle Royale.
Please, for the love of God,
I-
give me it.
I,
Give
I
me it.
there's no
Give
way
me
it's
it.
not gonna happen.
I haven't played.
They
Halo
delayed
in
it for
so
a
long, but
reason.
If they put in a battle royale, I'd play that
No,
all day, every day.
there was a reason why they delayed it, Gary, because it's bad.
No, that was all for the battle royale.
The latest screenshots look really good though.
Yeah, they do.
Was it
Um,
Cyberpunk like console version bad right there?
Let's just say this. When Xbox Series X or whatever it is was first announced, the first game they showed was Halo Infinite.
They said it was releasing with the game.
Yeah,
Or
it's
the
gonna be
console,
released at
sorry.
launch,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. But want to know something? Halo Reach, released in 2010, looked better graphically than Halo Infinite.
It did.
And,
I can agree.
and I'm just like, that is the very first thing you do to show off your console? Holy shit.
I think
Good
Halo
night.
is a lot like Bethesda with Fallout. They've used pretty much the same engine for every single game, at least of recent, ever since like Halo Reach, right?
Halo
kinda
Infinite
work.
is a completely new engine.
Okay.
Do you think we get a little sneak peek of NASCAR? Doubt it.
At E3,
Uh,
absolutely not. No, not having it.
No.
They'll do their own thing.
Probably in May.
When is E3 supposed to be happening?
June.
June
12th.
12th to the
13th.
Well, honestly,
15th.
we'll probably already know something by then.
Yeah.
At least a little something.
Wow.
Give me a Rockstar. All I'm asking. Give me an LA Noir again. Give me one of those.
So I'm looking at these. I'm looking at a comparison because I didn't know about this Halo thing. But the graphics, like at first compared to now, that game looked terrible.
Yep.
Well, Halo 1
wow.
Halo 1 came out in 2001.
Halo 3 was the best.
Always.
Don't even have to argue it.
They
Freaking
definitely
Kurz was tweeting-
upped it up a bit.
Nate Shot Kurz were tweeting that Halo 2 was better than Halo 3. I wanted to bitch slap both of them.
I mean,
I like
can
Halo
accept.
2.
I can accept that
3.
answer. I can accept that answer.
But you can't go in doubt and say Halo 3 is close to being compared to Halo 2. I think Halo 3 was just way more better. Like,
It is.
just
I
gameplay,
am.
everything. Competitive wise, it was the best thing ever.
I wonder what you gotta wonder also what stuff Xbox will show off too, because you just don't know what they can show off anything.
Probably gonna look at the new
I don't think they'll show off anything.
Xbox Network.
AAA title. I don't think there'll be
Xbox.
anything
You
big.
wanna know what they could show off? You gotta think. You just got Bethesda. You gotta announce something big for Bethesda. Something big.
You
Coming to
went-
Xbox only.
No, you know what we didn't think of either? What they do every E3. Forza.
It's been
True.
a while. It's been a while. It has been a while.
True. Forza. Yeah, you're right.
What are we gonna get out of Forza? Oh wait, no, it's gonna be Forza Motorsport 8, isn't it?
Yeah,
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 it'll be
they
Forza.
confirmed
Yeah.
a long time ago. That's what it's gonna be.
We might get an official release.
And, I mean, it'll be another game that I'm not even gonna touch, but
Yeah.
Hey man, I'll say it. It looked good, but I mean, I'll give it a try.
It'll be on Game Pass probably.
I'm
Yeah,
sure it'll look
100%.
outstanding. But yeah, no, not a chance. I'm gonna try it.
Could be either the Motorsport or Horizon. Who knows?
Yeah. Other than one of the Bethesda games Gary was talking about, or Forza,
Starfield.
I don't know really anything else that Xbox could show off unless they have something to announce for like Game Pass or something. Some
Not
kind of feature
really
to
many
announce.
like games this year that we're like anticipating being shown off.
I wouldn't be
Well,
surprised if we get a
I'm pretty sure
Battlefield
you guys.
sneak peek.
Yeah, we're gonna see Battlefield for
There's
sure.
no shot we don't get a Battlefield sneak peek. They've been
We'll
leaking
see-
that
we'll
for so
see.
many times.
We'll see. Maybe not at E3, but we'll see Battlefield this year.
I think they confirmed it to be modern again. I'm pretty sure
that's
because
the
they
rumor.
because
No,
the,
the rumor.
the
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 rumor
makers
is
were from
now-
3, weren't they? I'm pretty sure some of the creators that they said they
The
brought in
rumor-
from Battlefield 3.
The rumor of Battlefield right now, it's gonna be like a Black Ops 2, or it's near future.
We might get a confirmed Fall Guys to Xbox, but I don't think really anybody cares about that.
Yeah, no,
Fall
that's
Guys-
kind of run its course.
Fall
That's
Guys is okay. It's just like you play it like when it first came out and then it just died off.
yeah.
Interesting.
It's like we still have to play the new Among Us map, but I'm just like, I don't really
Yeah.
want to play.
I haven't had the drive to play it really either.
Neither have I.
I watched people
Uh,
play and it's like it looks weird.
Yeah,
I'm just
map-
patiently waiting for MLB. I'm not excited about anything until I get my hands on MLB.
You guys probably don't care about Nintendo, but I'm sure Nintendo's always got some cool stuff. I have a
Yeah,
Switch,
they'll have some
so.
stuff that I won't give one single crap
Mario
about, but-
Kart at 9, please.
Yeah, let's get Mario Kart. Let's get Nitro Mario Kart going.
Hell yeah. I
That
mean, what do
actually
you-
might be that would actually probably be pretty fun.
I think it would be a lot more raging than what we get in Heat.
Probably,
Somebody will just play-
yeah.
Somebody will get pissed off and get blue shelled.
The thing is, for like, man, it'd be iconic if they could expand like Mario Kart onto different consoles because
Nintendo will never.
I'm not
Holy-
gonna take the time out of my day to buy a Nintendo console just to play Mario Kart.
Holy greedy! Nintendo will never do that.
Yeah, you know how much money they could make though if they expanded it more.
Well, Nintendo doesn't think that. They see their exclusivity and they're
Well,
like,
yeah,
gotta
I
keep
mean,
it exclusive.
They get my
everything-
money. if they
Everything
did it.
exclusive.
Dude,
I'm
leave in the
not buying a
comment section
Nintendo
if you see a
console.
Mario Kart League for Nitro. That would be lit.
No,
If-
I would.
if-
I'd
if
100%
he
buy
did
Mario
that,
Kart as
how many
well.
people
if it
in
was on a different
Gary's-
console.
How many of Gary's subscribers would watch a Mario Kart Nitro League every race?
I mean, I'm
That would
not.
be
I'm
funny.
not buying a Nintendo con. Well, you know what? If
They're not that expensive anymore.
how much
Dude,
is a
the Switch
Nintendo
is-
Switch?
Like $150.
No,
That's when I
no
checked.
way. No
One by
way.
me, yeah, one by me is. It's 150 to 200.
I still think they're 300.
I spent 300 for mine.
Oh wait!
I-
I am really dumb. I forgot we have 2 Nintendo Switches at my house.
Wait.
Gary.
Yo, yeah, let's go get Mario Kart. Hold up.
Yeah, freaking Mario Kart League coming in.
Let's do it, Nitro. Let's go.
Bacon,
Mario
Bacon,
Kart.
Bacon's got Mario Kart already.
Bacon's got Mario Kart. I already know that's some experience because he was sitting in the party with me in combat, just raging about getting blue shell for an hour.
Me and Bacon have raced a few times together. But No, I think Mario Kart. I think this is the year Mario Kart 9 gets announced. It's been 7 years since the last official new one. I don't count Deluxe. 8 Deluxe as a new Mario Kart game.
No shot.
Is there any other gaming stuff to touch on, or do we move into the
I
final
don't have
part?
anything.
Yeah.
Call of Duty.
Martinsville.
Yeah.
Call of Duty.
It's
Possibly going back to
Sledgehammer
World War
Games.
II.
It's already a lost cause.
And they want to go, but they want to go back to the World War II meta. Just kill me already.
Yeah, I'm not playing that.
That's just dumb on their part.
I think it'd be cool for a campaign. Nothing else though.
No, they need. I honestly wish they would go back to jetpacks. I
Dude,
I don't
miss
know how
jetpacks.
to play
BO3.
Black Ops 3 was the
Oh.
best jetpack game ever.
Modern Warfare.
This guy thinks Modern Warfare 2019 is the best Call of Duty, guys.
No,
the only one
the
he's played.
original Modern Warfare is the best Call of Duty ever.
Okay, acceptable answer. Acceptable
That was
answer.
my first one and still
Mine
my
is a
favorite
tie
COD.
between Modern Warfare 2 and Black Ops 2.
I don't-
He will never die in my heart.
I hate the futuristic CODs. I hate the historic CODs. I want to play current time CODs.
Black Ops 2 is my favorite of all time. And what was my least favorite? I think my least favorite was Black Ops 4.
Infinite Warfare.
My least
I-
favorite was probably either.
I enjoyed
World
Infinite
War
Warfare because
II
that was my last year
or
of competitive in the Call of Duty.
Okay.
Probably
God,
Infinite
where's
Warfare 2. Yeah.
Infinite Warfare was literally the only COD since COD 4 I hadn't bought.
Infinite Warfare was my last year of competitive Call of Duty, and then when I did Modern Warfare Remaster, I did like S&D tourneys and stuff for that, and that was fun. But Infinite Warfare was good for respawn and stuff. So it was interesting. But I think Black Ops 2 is the best boots on the ground game in my opinion. It's a tie between that and MW2. I really did
Yeah.
enjoy MW2, but BO2 never disappointed me ever.
Modern Warfare 2 logic. Nothing is overpowered if everything is overpowered.
But the best jetpack game of all time will be Black Ops 3.
Oh, yeah.
Treyarch
It's not
never
even.
disappoint.
No, it's not even close. BO3
Treyarch
also
Treyarch
best
doesn't disappoint.
BO3 has objectively the best zombies. Cold War could take that title.
Close, but I think
Time
BO3
will
will
tell.
take it.
Time will tell because the game's not done yet in quotation marks.
That is true. MW was literally peak multiplayer experience.
Modern Warfare 2 was
That was
Oh man, take me
oh.
back. Take me
Dude.
back.
dude.
Prestige like 7, just
Dude.
dominating these fools.
Xbox live chat in those days.
Oh.
Yeah, waiting for winter
meme-
break after school. Oh,
No, I
dude.
don't.
Bro, that was.
That's so
that was
dumb.
the
I
time
don't
of
want
my life.
BO2. I don't want BO2 remastered just for the simple fact skill-based matchmaking exists.
Yeah, skill-based matchmaking is this. Nope.
So
don't want it.
bad. It's so bad.
Get rid of it.
They're not going to
I
because it
don't
makes them.
understand. I don't understand the people that support it. That doesn't make sense to me.
All right. Listen, this is the logic. Timmy No Thumbs that goes 0-80 can go even. Like, all right, if you went 0-80, will you be having fun? Absolutely not.
No.
But you know what? But like, it's done. I hate it. I think
Karma.
Andrew in chat just said there's way more people that hate skill-based matching than actually support it. So I
Yeah,
don't
the
know why
people
they.
that hate it are the same content creators that try to make content from the game but can't because of the skill-based matchmaking.
I'll explain what this is 100%.
Like even the pro players bitch about it.
People that hate it are vocal. The people that support it don't say anything.
That's how everything works.
The pro players, if anybody watches competitive Call of Duty that watches the podcast,
Oh, they hate it.
They hate it, but they can't say nothing about it because they get fined or get yelled at for it because of how the league is. That's how the league is. If you complain once about it, you get fined. Scumpy did that twice and he got fined 10,000 each time. It's ridiculous.
Activision, baby. Cold War Zombies, great.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think there's really anything else.
Martinsville this weekend. I guess we're just gonna say
Predictions?
who do we think is gonna win. Mine, I'm just say Martin Truex Jr. wins this weekend, first multi-time winner of the season. Jay, who do you got?
Denny Hamlin.
That would be nice, wouldn't it? I would love that. So Eddie, who do you got?
Alex Bowman.
Really? I mean, he ran good there last year.
He has really good finishes in the last 3 times. So
What about
he's pretty consistent.
Yeah, what about you, Matt?
Well, I won't say a repeat, so I guess I'll say Brad Keselowski.
That's a bold one right there.
Not really.
Night race.
Yeah, isn't it Saturday night?
Yep,
Yep,
Saturday
It
night.
is.
That's
And
good.
that's why we don't have Nitro F1 this week.
Basically, we can all say it's gonna be a new winner, but it's not gonna be like a first-time winner. It's not gonna be a repeat either.
I don't think we're gonna see Daniel Suarez win this week.
I don't
Correct.
think we're gonna see any repeat winners for a while, to be honest. I think everybody's gonna have like one win for a little bit, and then somebody
I'd
will
love
start to click.
I'd love it.
I think this might be the last time that we get a new winner. Well, not last time, but like the last time we have 9 winners in 9 races. I think we'll probably get a 10th winner
repeat.
in 9, or a 9th winner in 10 races. Yeah,
We can
repeat
hope.
winner. There we go.
I don't
After
know.
Martinsville, I think this will be the last time that we have this streak continue.
It might end this week too, for all we know. It could easily end.
Dude.
I mean, really, I think the only person that could end it is probably Truex. Maybe
He's good there, man.
Logano, but
Yeah, but Truex only did because he cut off freaking part of his wheel, or
Wah.
the fender to his wheel.
well, he's
been in
normally
position to win
good
there
in
before. I mean,
Martinsville.
I think back to Kyle
He's-
Busch a couple years back, the race where Hamlin dumped the 24. He was right there.
That's so funny, dude.
But I mean,
Elliott could win this week.
yeah, Elliott will probably be up there
That'd
too.
be nice.
So if you're a Hendrick
But-
driver, you're gonna be in the running.
Yeah, remember too. You remember how bad Joe Gibbs was at the beginning of the race last year? They almost went
Yeah.
all lap down.
Yep.
Like that was insane.
Yeah,
And then
they
the
really
that
dude
happens
went on to win.
really quite often to that team. Oh,
They have
fuck,
really
it
good
happens
days,
more
and then
often
they
than
have
it
a
does in the other
terrible
team.
day. You know.
Yep.
Yeah, they just miss it. But that's like almost any team. Like
Yeah, Stuart Haas
you just
showed
miss-
that.
Well, I think that I think they have a little more
I think it
problem than just
continues.
missing it.
I think they
Oh.
continue with their struggles this week.
Yeah,
Considering
Harvick will
Harvick's
be all right.
already not good there, it's gonna be a long week being an SHR fan. It's gonna be a long race.
You know, Stuart Haas was screwed up when Harvick went a lap down at the Atlanta race.
Well, it's because of his tire, though. I mean,
No, but like still, and then he said this is the worst car I've ever had in Atlanta.
he did get it better by the end of the race, so he actually had a decent finish for what kind of day he was having.
At top
I
10,
thought,
that's
but-
like that's not
me,
Harvick.
me as an Eric Jones fan, I'm just hoping for a top 20 this week.
It's like me as a Hamlin and Suarez. I expect Hamlin to be in the running. Suarez, hopefully top 20.
Oh, it is a short
Yeah, at
track,
this
so
point,
Eric
for the
might pull
way the
something out of his
season's
ass.
going, I'm hoping for a top 15 for De Benedetto.
All right, the 30th place it is for Jay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I guess. Oh, I got to set up my fantasy lineup too. That's right. But yeah, I
Yeah,
guess
I gotta do that too.
that
Oh,
does
me
gonna be
it.
a
too,
good-
actually.
It's gonna be a good race though, because it's just Martinsville.
Yeah, I think it'll be all right.
Yeah, I'm
Martinsville at night.
Martinsville at night.
At night.
So, next week we'll have a lot more to talk about with that stuff, and no F1 though, but just Martinsville and whatnot.
F1 the week after, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
at Imola. So, if you guys enjoyed,
yeah.
Wait, when's IndyCar
So not a lot to
start?
talk about. now.
who cares about
This weekend,
IndyCar?
actually.
Jimmy Johnson? Question mark.
It starts this weekend.
Yeah, well, stay tuned to IndyCar.
Actually, wait, no, or is
Yeah,
that the
okay.
IndyCar test? Hang on. That might be the IndyCar test.
Is it?
Or
Um,
the Indianapolis test.
moving on.
It's either next weekend or a couple weeks. But anyways,
Oh.
If you guys enjoyed, you know what to do. Follow Eddie on Twitch. He's live streams. Follow
True.
Karma on Twitch. Follow Jay on
Yeah.
Twitch. KarmaMJO. KingOutbreak. JayCook. Is it 21?
yes,
Just JayCook.
just JayCook.
Capital J, capital C.
Everybody but his best friends. Interesting.
So, well, Jay doesn't stream enough.
True.
You got to
He's a
stream more,
TikTok
Mr.
star.
Cook. Yeah,
He's a
you know
TikTok
his
star, that's it.
TikToks
I
are
don't
doing
have
pretty
anything
good.
to stream. As soon as MLB comes out, my stream is going to be going like 24/7.
There we go. There you have it. That's
True.
all we need to hear. He's gonna be
AJ
streaming
doing a
like
24
crazy.
for MLB.
I'll watch.
Let's do it, Joe.
All right. So next week we'll be back talking about Martinsville and whatnot, and anything dramatic that happened. Maybe a post race fight, hopefully. So yeah, that'll do it for this one. Thank you all for taking the time out of your day to listen, and we will see you guys next week. Have a great day, everybody.